Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Danger Zone. I'm your host, Ken Moore. We'll be joined shortly by my partner, Floyd B. Got a lot to discuss on this Sunday night. NFL training camps opening up. USA basketball teams getting ready for the Olympics. And Summer League in the NBA. The Rockets may have a young star on their squad. All of that and more coming up next.
You're in the you're in the danger zone. 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 You're in the danger zone.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Sunday night edition of the Danger Zone. I'm your host, Ken Moore. Back in the house is my partner, Floyd B., recovering from almost a week without power due to the hurricane and the negligence and incompetence of our energy provider here in the city of Houston, CenterPoint Energy. So, Floyd, my man, welcome back. Glad you guys got some AC. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, man, thanks for asking, man. Through the grace of God, man, I'm here, man. I'm here, bro. And, it was a tough week, man. It was a tough week, man. But again, man, the man upstairs prevailed for us. Not to get on this too much because we got a lot of sports we want to talk about. And this is you and I talking. There need to be some changes here in our city, man. There need to be some changes. And I know they got other issues, the fire department and crime and other things, but these natural disasters, man, that come through our city affect everyone to their core. Everyone to their core, man. So just saying that and really speaking from my heart, man, because I've experienced a lot of hurricanes, and you have too. We Houstonians, we experienced a lot of these. But this one right here, man, for some reason, man, it kind of hit me more so hit my family, man.
Mm-hmm.
And so God prevailed us through everything, man. It's just a doggone shame, man. It's many people that we have here and the resources and all this stuff, man, that we still really go through sometimes unneeded suffering, man. Because I just think the plan could be better, man. That's all, man.
Yeah, I echo that 1,000%, brother. I mean, we were blessed enough to get power back on Tuesday night. But I know so many people that are either just now getting their power back or in the neighborhood where we grew up, in Scenic Woods in Northeast Houston, 077016, they just now getting trucks out to remove limbs and trees from power lines. So, people in our community, they're probably going to be another 3 or 4 days without power. I know my brother lives over there and he doesn't have power. He's been displaced, and so many businesses are struggling because they can't get the power on to serve their customers. So it's just really been a rough situation here in H-Town for the past week or so.
Yeah, so shout out to 77028, 77016. These are, zip codes that's kind of, here kind of close to us because that's where we have a lot of family and friends.
Bless
you, brother. And as well as everyone that's still struggling with this, with getting power, man, and resuming your life, man. So, man, my sister and nieces and everyone is still out there, man. They were here the last couple of nights. They went out there today, man. And they had trucks on every street, but they they still haven't gotten power on yet, man. So I think they're more like searching today, maybe making it better for them tomorrow, you know.
Right.
So, you know.
All right. Oh, good, man. All good. Well, blessings to everyone in Houston, man. Hope you guys have power, or we'll be getting it on soon enough. Another sad event that we woke up to this morning. Houstonian Jacoby Jones makes his home here at H-Town. Obviously spent the first half of his NFL career with the Houston Texans, finished up with the Baltimore Ravens. Should have won Super Bowl MVP, in my opinion, when they knocked off the San Francisco 49ers. Sadly passed away this morning, his family says, in his sleep. And, you know, we just want to send our heartfelt condolences out to Jacoby and his family. Very, very nice young man, very emblematic in the way his touchdown celebrations were in his days in the NFL. Of course, he spent some time at Lane College. He also spent some time at Alabama State, HBCU, and the SWAC. So we definitely want to send condolences out to his family and friends and his former teammates. And man, was he an exciting player to watch, man. I know he didn't reach his full potential while he was here in Houston, but once he got to the Baltimore Ravens, man, it seemed like he really took off. He was the special teams guy, you know, with the punt returns and the kickoff returns. And we don't see that in the NFL much anymore. Obviously, they're changing the kickoff rules this year to try to get some of that excitement back into the game. But he was one of those guys, man, in that early to mid 2000s that really brought some electricity to the stadiums.
Yeah, man. It hurt me that as soon as he left us and went to Baltimore, he won the Super Bowl. Hurt me to my heart, man. Because, again, another one of our talent the Texans had walked out the door and walked out and went and won. It was another player or two, can't come to mind right now, but he was one that come to mind because of his production and then his celebration, then it's just his personality, man. But I think the biggest part of this right now, Ken, is the fact that man, this man's 40 years old, Ken. Man's still a baby, man. You know, he's 40 years old. So it's just letting you know, man, you know. I'm going to ask this and then we're going to get on to it, man. Big bro, are we nearing the end?
The end of what?
Time. Are we nearing that? I'm not talking about tomorrow or day after tomorrow. It ought to be 500 years, 1,000 years, 5,000 years. You know, in the eyes of God, you know, one day, you know, 1,000 years is one day, you know, for so many. But are we nearing, man?
I can't call it, bro. It's just sad, man, when you see young guys, young cats, you know, just seemingly pass away. And I'm sure once they do, you know, autopsy and things like that, they're, you know, maybe he had some type of condition, sleep apnea or something that may have caused it. You know what I'm saying? But it's scary. You know, it's scary when you think about your immortality. When you see cats, you know, dying at such a young age, it just really makes you think twice. You know, a friend of ours that, you know, and I don't know if you knew Dr. Rick Wallace, that went to Forest Brook, you know, always on social media, always with a positive message, and woke up yesterday to him passing away. I mean, so you just don't know, man. It's like here today, gone tomorrow, and you know. Shouts out some blessings to Rick's family as well, because I know he used to watch the show, and he was a big supporter of mine in my broadcast career, and we always cut up on Facebook, you know, about the Texans and Titans and whatnot. So, but it's just, you know, man, you see so many people just kind of, and all the celebrities and athletes that have passed away so far this year. It just makes you think, man, you know, you just got to tell people that you love them, hug on your family and love on them and your friends. And you just don't take the next day for granted.
Yeah. I'm with you on that, bro. I'm with you.
Yeah. So moving on, some more off the field news as training camps are about to open in the NFL. Vikings wide receiver Jordan Addison arrested in Los Angeles today on suspicion of DWI. This is a kid that really had a good season last year on the other side of Justin Jefferson, and a guy that they really one of the best wide receiver duos in the NFL. And of course, Minnesota suffered a tragic loss earlier this offseason when one of their players was killed in an automobile accident through no fault of his own. He was a passenger in a vehicle. But man, these cats, man, you just can't. You got to call an Uber. You gotta call a friend. You can't drink and drive. And again, suspicion of DWI has not been found guilty. But definitely, we need these guys to wake up and take care of themselves, man, and be safe out on those roads, man. It's no room for the drinking and driving, man, especially when you have all the alternatives available to you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. I didn't even catch that. That's good work, baby boy. I didn't even know that had happened. I mean, we get to see, we seeing it so much and so regular now. These situations not even moving us. It's not even moving out the viewers. It's not moving the eyes of the public because we see it so often now, man. But I'm just hoping, man, I'm glad no one's got hurt for sure with that. But just hopefully, man, as a young man, a guy that look like us, man, that he can make better decisions when you are in that position, man, to what me and you call easy money. He's a professional athlete, me and you consider that easy money, man. That's easy money. What we do is work. We work, man. We work. But just maybe they'll just consider some of the things. Hey, man, that West Coast lifestyle is something else too, King. That West Coast lifestyle is something else, man. That Miami lifestyle, that New York lifestyle is something else, man. So I'm not gonna just pound the kid, the young
no. I'm just
I'm not gonna pound him, But hey, just be more smarter, young man, and man, let me see you on the field because you are a talent, and he has the talent to get in that tier with the best. I followed him at USC, man, and I was surprised that he fell down to the Vikings when they drafted him season before last. So, hey, man, he got some promising future, man. Let's hope that this incident right here is a learning phase. We know the NFL gonna pound him, go suspend him 3, 4, 5, 6 games. We know that's gonna happen. So, let's just hope, man, that he learned from that, man. Shout out to him, though, man. Keep your head up, young man, and be more wiser.
Yep, absolutely. And of course, earlier this week, the Tennessee Titans signed safety Jamal Adams, free agent, formerly of the Seattle Seahawks, formerly of the New York Jets. And I gave my take on this, I believe, on Thursday night, and you were still without power at the time, so you were unable to join in. So I'd love to get your comments on Adams signing with the Titans. For those that may have missed the show on Thursday night, and for those that may have missed the show on Thursday night, I'm on board with the signing. He played with Denard Wilson, the Titans defensive coordinator now, when he was the defensive back coach when Jamal got drafted by the New York Jets, had several all-pro seasons with the Jets, led Seattle with 9.5 sacks his first year in Seattle. Then his second year, he had that devastating, I believe it may have been his third year, had that devastating injury to his leg where he was 6 months in a cast, couldn't walk, couldn't go to the restroom by himself, couldn't take showers by himself, had to have a lot of help just in his recovery. And when he came back last year, he was only able to play 9 games. Still, you could see he wasn't 100%. And so what the Titans are hoping now, that 2 years removed from that injury and from his rehab, that he can give them something in that secondary. He's not much of a cover safety. He's more of a guy that you're going to drop down in the box to have an 8-man front, stop the run, come off the edges, put some pressure on the quarterback. And I think he can really be a guy, if he's healthy, because he's only 28 years old, and if he's put in the work that he has consistently throughout his career, I think that he can be a positive in that Titans secondary.
I need to find out who your other safety. In order for this, just me. In order to get the full production of making this, I mean, this is a win situation for the Titans. You know, it is high reward, very, very low risk. So it was a good move all the way around for the Titans. But it remains to be seen, you know, what he has left in the tank and how they play him. And me, I would not put him in coverage. I would keep him out of coverage as much as I could, because it's never been his strength. And that's kind of when you start seeing these injuries, man, kind of come. You know, when these guys kind of trying to do more than what they can, or trying to do more as the team asks for more out of you, man, you get to playing out of positions and things like that sometimes, man. I was still never like the fact that as soon as Wade Phillips came to the Texans and became the defensive coordinator, you drop a 6'6", 6'7" Mario Williams in a 3-4 defense, you drop him back in linebacker. That you asking him to get hurt. And guess what he did 5 games into the season? Tore his whole pickup. Because he's too tall, he's too big for that position. So maybe that may be the problem with Jamal Adams. But again, if you play him down in the box, I still think he can pop. He can pop. I still think he can pop. Yeah, I still think he can pop. You know, but just put him in position, man, and keeping him on the field and see how it works, man. Again, I like your front line. I like your front four. I mean, I like that, man. I like Simmons and the boy y'all got from Texas. You know, y'all can get them guys to push that pocket up the middle, man. Then you can kind of cover up for some of the flaws that you may have in your secondary and in your back seven, for that matter, too, because your linebackers are not very good that they have. So he can come in if he still got it in him, big bro, and slide him down in the box, you know, and let him play, you know, and let him play from there, man. But hey, man, it's a reward. You can't lose anything with him, you know. I don't think he moved the arrow for you guys. I don't think he does that, but I think he can be a productive player on that team, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I think he can be productive. And again, it's a minimal contract. I think he's making $1 million a year, a little over $1 million a year, and $300,000 in incentives. So not a big risk as far as financial. You know, if he comes in and he plays great and he can make the team, then he can try to earn him another contract next year. If he doesn't, then you go with the next available body and you move on. But I think it is a good signing for the Titans. We definitely want to thank Friendly Rivals and Steve for joining the show. Everybody else that's watching, we definitely want you guys to click that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell and share the show out. We definitely appreciate you guys as we get ready for training camp. We are definitely in the dog days of summer right now. Not a whole lot going on. But moving on, as you mentioned, I believe the Baltimore Ravens, as you mentioned before we came on the air, started their rookies. Their rookies arrived in camp
yesterday.
Yesterday, the first team to have rookies report. Of course, the Ravens had one of the big signings of the free agent period, bringing in Derrick Henry into that backfield to pair alongside Lamar Jackson in hopes of them finally getting over the hump and back to the Super Bowl, a place that they haven't been since Joe Flacco, I believe, and Jacoby Jones, God rest his soul. So what do you see as far as the Baltimore Ravens specifically? Do you think they will repeat as AFC North champions, and who do you think their stiffest competition will be?
Just on paper, what we're looking at, I think they stiff. No, I don't think they'll repeat. I don't think they'll repeat as division champ. Their stiffest competition in that division is the Cleveland Browns. And Cleveland pretty much is bringing back their defense. The Cleveland Browns whole season is going to reflect around Deshaun Watson. But I think the acquisitions of Derrick Henry, I like that. Now you have a true back that you can turn around and give the ball to 20, 25 times if needed. He's an excellent blocker, and he can catch the ball out the backfield when needed. So you don't have to, and you're going to always need, right now the way the league is, Ken, you're going to have a two-headed monster in the backfield. That's just the way it has. It's a whole lot different from when me and you grow up. The workhorse is the workhorse. Earl got the ball 30 times if needed. Earl got the ball 30 times if needed, and some of them other guys that read Franco, they ran the ball 30 times because it was needed to be ran 30 times. That's the way the game was. I think the Baltimore Ravens are going to take a step back because of the defense. Losing Patrick Queen is going to really, really hurt these guys. And I tell you why. They did not have a true dominant, as what we may call number one pass rusher. They were great as a team at getting at the quarterback and pressuring the quarterback. And Patrick Queen was one of that because he did a lot of blitzing as well. And then you could drop him back in coverage. I think that I'm not sold on Marlon Humphrey, man, at the cornerback. I think that's one of them Alabama guys, if I'm not mistaken, because he can't stay on the field. And that's why I pitched the Baltimore Ravens kind of maybe taking a step back. I'm thinking that this is Cleveland's season. This is their time. Probably will be their last time, with Deshaun Watson as the quarterback. Or they may be stuck with him another year or so. But I think that this now is the time for them to step up in that AFC North. But obtaining to the Baltimore Ravens, I think they'll take a step back, and because of the defense.
I think the defense will be worse because you lose Patrick Queen. You also lose Denard Wilson, who came over from that defensive coaching tree over to the Tennessee Titans. So you lose him as well. I'm not sure if they lost their defensive coordinator this year. They may have lost their defensive coordinator as well.
Yeah, he's head coach. He's head coach of Seattle.
Okay, so it's going to be a lot of changes on the defensive side of the football. So I think they will take somewhat of a step back defensively, although I think their offense will be better because you got that horse in Derrick Henry that's going to take a lot of pressure off of Lamar Jackson. You're not going to ask Lamar Jackson to go out there and try to win another MVP as doing everything from the quarterback position. You expect the receivers to continue to get better. You hope that offensive line can improve this year. So I think overall, even though I do agree with you in that defense taking a step back, I think they are still the class of that division. I do not have any trust in Deshaun Watson that he can recapture what he once had in Houston. I think that ship has sailed. I think he's an average middle-of-the-road quarterback now at best. Not only does he lack as far as throwing the football, his running ability has really gone downhill, because Deshaun was always an excellent scrambler and outside the pocket where he can just make plays when the pocket breaks down. I haven't seen that from him since he came back. He's coming off that shoulder injury now. He's had a couple of other nagging injuries throughout his career. So I don't see Cleveland being that team to challenge in the AFC North. I think they can challenge for a wild card spot, but I don't think they can challenge for the division title. I do think Cincinnati, if they are healthy, and depending on what type of attitude a couple of those guys come in with, T. Higgins today, I think it was announced he's going to play under the franchise tag. I believe tomorrow or today was the last day that they could have signed him to an extension, and that's going to go by the wayside. So he's going to be playing under a franchise tag. Now, does that mean he's going to go out and ball out because he's on a contract year? Or does that mean he's going to play itself and try to protect himself from injury and may not give everything that he has. So that's going to be something interesting to watch with the Bengals. Joe Burrow, of course, he's always had injury concerns, the knee, the wrist last year. So he's got to be able to get through a season healthy. But if the Bengals can stay healthy and they can keep Joe Burrow healthy for the entire season, and those guys mentally are focused on getting back to a Super Bowl, I think they're going to be the primary competition. I think it's going to be Baltimore and Cincinnati once again. Pittsburgh, you got the quarterback situation with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Mike Tomlin, obviously a great coach as well. So I think that division is stacked. I think all 4 teams will be in the hunt. But I think when it comes down to it, I think it's going to be Baltimore and Cincinnati at the end.
Well, I strongly disagree with you with that. I think it's going to be the Cleveland Browns, and then Pittsburgh or Baltimore. Right there, I'm kind of iffy with both of those teams right now. But I am picking Cincinnati to finish last in this division. I think out of all those 3 teams, they're the team that did not improve the most. And again, you having guys. I don't worry about guys playing, on franchise tags or contract years, because it all depends on how that individual mindset is. Do he want to save himself and hit the mark? Has he done enough to still get paid? Kind of like those guys like Clowney did his senior year at South Carolina, when he really didn't go out and everybody knew, but he was still a lock to be the number 1 pick. That's how I kind of see what's going on with Cincinnati. They didn't improve at all, man. And you got a lot of guys that are complaining about contracts down in Cincinnati. I think the defensive end Hendrick, I don't think they signed him. I think he was holding out. Mm-hmm. You can quote me on that if you may. I'm not really sure, but I think he was holding out. I know he was asking for a contract.
Yeah, he didn't participate in camp. We'll see, if he shows up once camp starts next week, the real camp.
The steal in the AFC North happened to be Arthur Smith. He's the steal in the AFC North. Pittsburgh bringing him in as offensive coordinator is the steal. It's the steal.
No pun intended.
No pun. Yeah, it's a steal. It's still because now they have someone who is a bona fide offensive coordinator who can call plays in the league. Who has been successful as an offensive coordinator, and I think he was just too stubborn in Atlanta to be successful. I think he got in his own way in Atlanta.
He did, man. I don't know what he was doing in Atlanta.
I think he got in his own way, but I think he's now working for someone, a guy that's highly respected around the league, and Mike Tomlin. So I think Pittsburgh going to be okay. I'm not even concerned about the quarterback position. I think Russell Wilson will go into the season as the quarterback, and I think he'll finish the season as the quarterback. Because Arthur Smith is play caller, he's going to run the ball. Arthur Smith going to run the ball, and play action is going to be his best friend, and play action has always been Russell's best friend. So I think the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to be far more better than maybe fans, media, or even guys like ourselves may give them credit for. But I wouldn't even be. I would not be shocked if Pittsburgh, could even come out and steal the division, because the defense is great. I like the defense, man. But again, the defense was never the problem. The problem's been on the offensive side of football, and I think they solved that. Not by bringing in 2 quarterbacks, but by bringing in Arthur Smith. So I'm expecting good things from Pittsburgh this season, man. As far as Cincinnati, I'm picking them last to finish in that division, and the Baltimore Ravens defense may not be strong enough or great enough to manage them and to save them in some games. Defense won some games for them last season, as well as Lamar having an MVP season again. But again, I got Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and Cincinnati wrapping up the AFC North.
All right, well, I'm going to go Baltimore, I'm gonna go Cincinnati 2. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh 3. I worry about their running game with Najee Harris. He really, to me, he hasn't been that guy. He's been okay, but he really hasn't been that guy that they hoped he would be. They looked at him as kind of a smaller version of Derrick Henry coming out of Alabama. And, for his career, he's averaged about 4 yards per carry. Not a lot of big runs in his career. To me, he just doesn't provide enough pop in the running game where it's going to be able to take a lot of pressure off of Russell Wilson, where you can use that play action, because you have to have a good running game to use that play action and really make it effective. And if Najee Harris is only giving you 3-4 yards a carry, then that's going to be problematic for the Steelers. So they're really going to have to find a way to get that running game on track. Obviously, being a Titans fan, I know what Arthur Smith did when he had Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown. He was really able to use those guys and maximize their abilities. But we also had a tremendous offensive line in Tennessee at that time as well. Probably the best offensive line in the NFL during 2019 to 2021. I'm not sure you can say the same thing about the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm hesitant to put them in that upper echelon. I am a big Russell Wilson fan. I know a lot of people are not. I am. But again, he's going to a new system, going to a new city, going into a new locker room. So, one, he's going to have to win over the players, because his last 2 stops, the players have kind of turned against him in the locker room. So he's going to have to clean that part up and also produce on the field. So I don't see the Steelers winning the division. I think they can be right there battling for that. They're always above 500, 8, 9, 9, and 8, 10, and 7. But I'm not sure they're on the Baltimore Ravens level yet. So I'm going to go Ravens, Bengals, Steelers. I don't trust Deshaun Watson at all. I got the Browns finishing last.
Okay. Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Time will tell, man.
Yes,
but
sir.
again, I just think that Cincinnati is out of all those teams, they didn't help their roster at all. You brought in Zach Moss. Okay, Zach Moss is really he's a more like a field, what you call a gap running back. You can put him in there until you find something better. But again, we'll see, man. They also the Bengals also lost Tyler Boyd, so I just don't think that they have enough talent on that team, and I don't trust Joe Burrow. I don't trust Joe Burrow.
Wow.
Yeah. Every time I look up, he's not on the field, man.
Okay.
He's not on the field.
You don't trust his health, not his production.
Yeah,
yes.
Production. Yes, not his production, his health.
Okay.
That's production. Thank you for correcting me on that, big
Okay.
brother.
Okay. You started me there.
Yeah.
I was about to put you in the danger zone, bro. I was about to put you in the zone.
Yeah,
I was about to put you in the zone.
When I say I don't trust him, it's more of his health. It's more of his health. I don't trust him being there on the field, So yeah, I ain't want to go in the danger zone today, man. If I do, I had to break out. I'm gonna have to break out, man.
All right, man. So that's gonna wrap it up. AFC North predictions. Next week we'll tackle another division to be named next Sunday night. As next weekend, all the teams should be into training camp. Let's hop over to another little NBA, a little summer league action. Man, looks like the Houston Rockets, at least through 2 games, and we know it's summer league, and we're not going to get hyperbolic and overreact.
I am.
Shepard has been the best player in the summer league. Today against the Washington Wizards, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Also had 5 steals. I think he shot 60% from the field. I think he only had 1 turnover in the ball game. 2 turnovers, had a block shot as well. man, if he was 2 inches taller, bro, I would feel so good about him. And I'm hoping he has a growth spurt at some point where he gains another inch or two. But I am really enjoying watching this kid play. I did not see him play at Kentucky. I love his nickname, Cocaine Curry. That is crazy. That's kind of like white chocolate, from years back with Sacramento. That's a crazy nickname. But he's got a crazy game, man. I love watching this kid so far.
Let me ask you this, bro. Is he a point guard?
He's been playing the point. He's been playing the point so far. Like I said, I didn't see him play in college. So I didn't see any Kentucky basketball games. So, but he has been running the point these first 2 summer league games.
He can shoot. It's obvious we've seen that. And I seen him pull up from about 40. I seen him pull up.
Look, Caitlin Clark action.
Yeah, I seen him pull up. I seen the highlights. I seen him pull up. I didn't have power. Of course, I didn't have power. When they played the Lakers, I didn't have power. I didn't have power. I seen him pull up though on my phone. I seen him pull up. So if you can shoot, there's always a place for you on the team. But from the stats that I've seen, I don't want to take. If this would have been anybody but the Wizards, I might have been jumping out of my seat right now, saying we got the next John Stockton or whoever, Steve Nash, what you want to call him. We got the next one. But it was against the Wizards. But again, you play who's in front of you. And I just saw the shooting, man. And I know the way that the league is now, you need shooting. You need shooting, man. So if he continue this shooting, there's definitely going to be a place for him on the team. He's going to get playing time. We signed Van Fleet to a 3-year deal, so we got this season and next season with Van Fleet, and it's not going to be costing us very much. So I mean, if
let me pause right there.
It's not.
You're making 42. You're making over $40 million a year, bro. 42 next year, 45 a year. Now, the good thing is this year is the last year that's guaranteed because his third year is a team option.
Oh, so the next season
for Van Vliet.
So next season is a team option.
The final season is a team option.
Which is the next season, not the upcoming season next.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So this will likely, unless he performs out of his mind, this will likely be Van Vliet's last season because I don't think the Rockets are going to pick up that $45 million option if this kid is playing to his potential. Now, if they somehow make the playoffs and they surprise some teams, say maybe win a series, then I can see Van Vliet coming back. But Van Vliet is the highest paid player on the team, man. He's making a lot of money.
Yeah. He signed 3-year, $120 million. Yeah, so 3-year, $120 million. So you absolutely right with that. Dylan Brooks signed 4-year, $80 million. So he's a $20 million a year guy. I'm not mad with that contract. I'm not mad with the Van Fleet contract neither, to be honest with you. We got what was out there to make us competitive, man. And Coach did a great job, man. Coach did a great job. Coach did a great job, man. We finished 500, 41. Nobody predicted that. Until the last 2 weeks of the season, we was in that play-in run. We was giving them a little run. We fell apart last couple weeks of the season and kind of cost us. But if this guy's anything in the regular season, what we saw against the Wizards, and a little bit against the Lakers too.
Got off against the Lakers too.
Yeah, against the Lakers.
Yeah, I saw that whole game. I didn't see the game against the Wizards today. I just saw the stats. I saw a couple of highlights, but I watched that entire game against the Lakers, and they had Bronny James trying to guard him coming up court. Nah, bruh.
Listen. Nepotism for us, I'm all for.
I ain't tripping.
We have to say this. Bronny, young man, if you don't pick up the play, you probably won't be able to. Probably won't ever be comfortable inside a locker room. And that's all I'm gonna say, man.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
So, yeah. So summer league looking good so far for the Rockets. My boy Over checking in, talking about the Mariners. We'll get to a little baseball here in just a moment. Definitely want you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and want you guys get involved in the show. A few more minutes to go here tonight. You wanted to touch on the Olympic team, the USA Olympic team. They defeated Canada. I think they have a game tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken, against Australia. Another friendly, another warm-up game. I think they have maybe about 2 or 3 more warm-up games before the Olympics start at the end of the month. Your quick thoughts on the Olympic team. Derek White getting named over Jaylen Brown as the replacement for Kawhi Leonard obviously stirred up a lot of talk and a lot of conversation this week. Your thoughts on the overall makeup of the team?
Kawhi Leonard never should have been on the team from the beginning.
Agreed.
For one, he shouldn't have been on the team from the beginning. And he's not the only one I feel like that about. I feel like Embiid should not have been on the team from the beginning. I don't. LeBron, KD, AD, they don't need the Olympic team, man. And if you do it like they did it when we was growing up, man, they having the tryouts and guys instead of just appointing guys to the team, I think it'll be better, man. And then people quick to say, okay, well, if you don't put LeBron on the team, who are you going to replace? Well, do trials. Do trials, man. There's still a number of great, good, very good, not great players in the NBA, man, that can represent us, man. That can represent the country, man. Only one that I'm okay with on here because he hasn't been on one was Steph. I think, okay, Steph. I can deal with that with Steph Curry, man. And Ant-Man and Halliburton. I can understand those guys on the team. I mean, even Drew Holiday. I don't have a problem with Drew Holiday on the Olympic team, man. He's a great player, and he's going to represent us well, and he's going to give you everything on the court. But we can find players to be on that team other than the guys that I just named, man. And I just think that they helped. They helped. Is the issue, is the number one issue that I have with those guys on the team. It's their help. Anthony Davis, it was the first season that you played more than 70 games since you become a Laker. That was the first season. We're entering season 5 with him, ain't we? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't need the Olympics. You need to stay healthy. Now, who you replacing with, who knows? And I don't have a list of players or teams in front of me right now or something like that, but who knows?
Really, the only other big American big they could replace him with would be Karl Anthony Towns, and I don't trust him because he can't stay healthy either.
Yeah, but I put him out there though. Put him out, give him that spot.
Nah, he hadn't earned it. He hadn't earned it.
No,
he hadn't earned it.
But you and AD.
My opinion, just in my opinion, he hasn't earned it.
Right. But AD, you don't need this. Where's Zion? But he's injury prone.
Man. You just talk about injured players.
He's injury prone. He's injury prone. I would
love to see Zion on the team. I think he's really a
do you know who I really want to see on that team? John Morant. Is who I really
they messed it up for themselves.
True.
John Morant and Zion Williamson would have been on this team if they had not messed it up for themselves.
Yes.
John Morant, obviously, we know his self-inflicted wounds, no pun intended, with the gun incident. And then he got hurt as soon as he came back last year from the suspension. But, 2 years ago, when they were starting to put, USA basketball, who is going to be our players in the Olympics in 2024, you would have said John Morant and Zion Williamson would have been
off the muscle. And LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. LaMelo Ball as well is another guy that can't stay healthy.
So I mean, we both agree that we do have some studs. Again, the same issue that we have with them, the same issue that I have with the guys that are selected is their health problems.
Right.
You know, or their health problem. But these guys are walking out the door, man. You know, it's not many more.
It'll be 2028. You know, we'll see if Ja, LaMelo, Zion.
Because half of this Olympic team won't even be on the floor. Wouldn't be playing.
They'll be all retired by then.
Yeah,
Durant will be gone. LeBron will be gone.
You know, Steph may be the last one hanging.
Steph will be gone in 4 years, probably.
You know.
So
I just think that, I mean, I understand they want to start studded and all that stuff there, but I just think that was, you know, I understand MB getting his citizenship and it meant a lot to him.
LaMelo overrated. He's never going to touch the USA team, healthy or not. And I like LaMelo, man. LaMelo's got some skills, bro.
I do too.
He's a little bit of a showboat, and he's a little bit of a ball hog. Yeah. He's got a lot of Kyrie to him. So as far as that aspect, you know, I don't know if he's a Nike guy or not. No, he's a big baller brand.
Yeah, big baller brand.
You know, I don't know if they've gotten off of that or not. I don't know.
Wait a minute. I know. I read a little something. I don't think he's wearing big ballers no more.
Yeah, I don't think they're wearing those no more.
I don't think he's wearing
but yeah, I'm a LaMelo fan.
Yeah,
I'm a LaMelo fan if he can stay healthy and if he can hone in, because he's a very productive player.
I mean,
I don't know if he's a USA basketball type player. So over Chicken, you may have a point there.
Yeah. And I understand chemistry means a lot, because Jalen Brunson is another one that I can say, hey, man, he could have been on that team as well, you know. By far, Jalen Brunson could have been on that team. But again, I know you want size. So everyone pretty much what we're naming are backcourt guys. They are guards. You know, we have named that one wing player, you know, that we were saying that probably could replace these guys on the Olympic team. But I know this is the last shout out, and they want this to be a bang, and you know, KD and all of them, they want this to be their bang. I'm okay with it. I mean, I have to accept. I'm not okay with it, but I have to accept it, and I'm rooting for them. But I just thought, man, that them old coons need to sit down somewhere, man, and let them youngsters go in there and represent us, man. They can do it, man. They can do it, man.
But, you know, that's up to Grant Hill, man. You know, Grant Hill, he's over USA basketball right now. And, you know, they pulling the strings. And, you know, I'm cool with the squad for this year. Let them go on and go out. And I'd like to see a little young blood. But, you know, as we talked about, a lot of those guys kind of messed it up for themselves, man. The only other guys that are really kind of in that realm of Donovan Mitchell, could have been under consideration.
Definitely.
If someone goes down, they may turn to Donovan Mitchell as a possible replacement. Trae Young, Jalen Brunson. And speaking of Jalen Brunson, did you see the contract that he just signed with the Knicks?
He left $100 million definitely on the table. He left $100 million there. He's better
than me, bro.
He gave them a discount.
He's better than me, bro.
He gave them a discount. I just hope that the sacrifice. I'm like this right here, Ken. When it comes to money, 100 million, 150 million is all the same to me. You know that's how I am when it come to money. $100,
150 is all the same, right?
Say it again.
$100, $150, it's all the same, right?
It's all the same. It's all the same. It's all the same. So I respect him, man. You know, I got 150 million, 250 million. It's all the same. You know, but what this move is going to do is to make sure that those guys that's in the front office with the Knicks continue to make good basketball decisions, because one of your star player has given you a hometown discount, and you got to use that money wisely. They have to use that wisely. So I'm not gonna, you know, smashing for that. You know, it's always about getting paid. But how much money? I mean, really, how much money do you really need? You know, How much do you really need? To be
You need as much as the owner. The owner got billions and billions and billions.
okay. If
Remember,
you look
out of that money, you're only taking home probably 50% of that. You ain't taking home the whole thing because Uncle Sam and your agent and
if you're looking at
it,
if you're looking at it from that point, you are definitely right, my brother. You're right looking at it.
They just got $76 billion from Amazon and NBC and ESPN. Yeah, run me all my coins. I ain't taking no discount. They ain't taking no discounts.
No.
They didn't give TNT no discount.
No.
They ain't give TNT no discount. They ain't give TNT a hometown discount.
No.
So I ain't taking no discounts. No. I'm like LeBron when it come to that. I ain't taking no discounts.
Yeah. And LeBron stood pat on that his whole career.
Yeah.
His whole career. He did it that first sign with Miami.
Right.
He did that.
Right.
And when Pat Riley started tightening up the leash on him and his crew, that was the purpose of me giving you this discount. So you can get players around me, but also so I won't have no conflict of interest with my people.
Mm-hmm.
And and Pat polices people. That's why LeBron left. I mean, of course you always want to go back home and try to, bring that title to the town. Shout out to Clyde, come back home, get the title at home, blah, 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 blah. I understand that LeBron had that in him personally, with or without Dan Gilbert as the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. But let's be real. He took a discount so that they could sign Wade and Bosh, to win. He never done it again.
No. Nope.
And he should.
Not at all.
So that's how I feel about the Olympic team. I just think we still got a lot of talent here that could replace those guys. I know we need size. I'm anxious to see them play France too, like you, man. Don't let me miss that game, bro.
Yeah.
Don't let me miss that game.
Yeah. All right, my man. Well, that ties it up on the sports ends of things. The Astros and the Mariners both lost today. They both lost on Saturday. So the Astros go into the break, I think, one game behind Seattle for first place. They'll come out of the break, headed to Seattle. One game out.
One game right now.
Yeah. So they'll go to Seattle after the break, and they'll go head to head for first place in the American League West. Any final thoughts on the Astros? I really didn't like the manager putting in Rafael Montero today in a 2-1 game.
Yeah, I looked at it, man. Yeah,
that was a break coming up. You got
that was a bad move.
I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, come on, man.
And I'm looking at this game. I said, well, I'll be doggone. I said, man, me and Big Bro were just talking. I said, here we go, 2-1 lead. And then they gave up. He gave up the 3 runs in the 8th inning like that on me, man. So the bullpen, like we say, as usual, we don't trust. But how much is this on the manager right now? How much of this is on the manager right now?
I don't like the guy. I don't think he makes good, sound decisions. Over Chicken, they mad at their manager up in Seattle as well. So both of the teams at the top of the division, the fans aren't happy with the managers. So I think a lot of it, the team has fought back. They have played well as of late. They lost 2-3 to Texas. Man, we just can't beat Texas. I don't understand.
Well, we still have one game in the series on them. So I don't want to. I'm kind of a little superstitious. I don't want to mash a team so bad that to the point that every time we play them, we can't beat them, man. So I just disregard that it's the Texas Rangers. I know it's the Texas Rangers. I'm looking at this, but I'm looking at this 2-1 lead, man. And I'm looking at you gave up a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 7th. You gave up a leadoff walk. You sacrificed your guy over the 2nd. You sacrificed your guy over the 3rd. you know, but you don't get him across the plate. You don't make that happen. So again, I just think the situational in baseball, that's a great word. Situational hitting, situational pitching, situational time where they're not producing, man. And that guy gave up those 3 runs in the 8th, man. I rolled back over, man. I don't even want to see the rest of it. It saw me. I didn't saw it. I turned my back to it, man.
I got you, bro. I got you, big bro. So, yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. You have some final thoughts on the chaos yesterday in Philadelphia with the former president and the situation there.
Yeah, big bro. And I ain't gonna ride this long because I know everybody has their personal opinion on things. You know, they say it's 2 or 3 things you don't want them to start discussing. You know, in politics, religious, and salary. Those are 3 things that you pay. How much you know? Those are 3 things you have to pick who you talk to with.
Yeah, real quick, over chicken. Yes, Verlander is still pitching for the Astros. He's been on the injured list for a while. Hopefully, he'll be back sometime the second half of the season.
Yes, he's been out. Verlander been out, man. They should have brought him. They shouldn't have brought him back. I wouldn't have brought him back.
Yeah, you're right.
I wouldn't have brought him back because you know if it's obvious that a pitcher can only give you 5 innings, you hoping that he can give you 5 innings. If that's what you riding on, and the rest of your pitchers staff is not, you don't have all-star caliber pitchers. You can't. Verlander doesn't serve a purpose on this team, so that was a bad bring back.
Yeah, but go ahead, Brian. I mean to get you off track there. Go ahead.
But about what happened with former President Donald Trump. If this is real, if this was not a ploy, then big bro, we are in trouble as citizens of this country. We're in trouble if this really happened. Now, if it's what mass amount of the general population think that this was a ploy, then when it finally come out and be exposed, then none of us will be around even hear it. It may be our grandchildren, great-grandchildren, they may be able to hear the stories. You know, it's the same thing about the assassination of Kennedy. Those people that know what really happened, you know, those people, they would never hear the truth. They would never hear the truth. Because when I'm looking at this man on TV and now, understand this, big bro. The CIA and the Secret Service are 2 different entities. And when it comes to the President of the United States, it's all about the Secret Service. So if something of this magnitude occurs and it is a ploy and a plot, that means everyone is involved. They can't have a weak link. They can't have somebody that's not agreeing. They can't. I mean, everyone is involved. And if everyone is involved, it's so hard to get the truth out. And because I don't believe, now this just me, I don't believe that he needed this type of stunt to win the presidential race. I really believe he's going to beat Biden anyway. I don't think this was needed if this is what they did.
Mm-hmm.
No. Now, if he did not have anything to do with that, I mean, the country that we live in now has gone back to its wild, wild west days. Because if you can get that close and to perform that type of task, and then, quote, they killed the shooter now. Wow, he dead.
Mm-hmm.
One civilian is dead and another one, supposed to have been 2, but I know 1 civilian is dead. I don't want nobody dead, Ken. But a shot at the former president of the United States and only 1 person is dead? Only 1 person is dead. So again, man, America, love it, like it, or leave it. It's what we dealing with, man. Unfortunately, man. Now I don't know your take on it. You might not be a guy that um, get into political talks, and I definitely respect that. But man, this country right now, and I gotta say this, man, under Joe Biden, there's been so much criticism and skepticals and everything, and it all involved this is Biden administration. It always revolved back to the guy that was the former president of the United States. Usually, man, when them guys lose or they did their term, they go away. They go away, Ken. Trump never went away. So it may be a reason. I'm not putting that on why the Biden administration has been lackluster, to say the least. Lackluster. I'm not going to just say that this is because Donald Trump is degrading them and tearing out every task and every suggestion and every I mean, he don't have the House anyway. He don't have the House anyway. So it's just like Obama was his first time. He didn't have the House anyway, so he was really fighting against the world. He really was. He was fighting against the rest of the country because he didn't have the House. They didn't have the votes. I'm not blaming that for Biden. I'm not going to blame that for Biden. I just think the administration as a whole is weak. It is weak. So, Trump pulling a stunt to this magnitude, if he did, it wasn't needed. You're going to beat him anyway. You're going to beat his own. The Democratic Party doesn't trust Joe Biden. And they have went public saying that. So again, that's my take on it, big bro. And I'm interested to hear what your take is on it, if you have a take on this. But that's where I'm at with it, big bro. That's where I'm at with it.
I don't have a real serious take on it because, as you mentioned, I don't really get into political discussions. I don't follow it close enough.
Yeah.
I vote as a voter. I cast my votes, but I don't really get into political discussions because I don't delve into it enough to speak intelligently about it. So if I can't speak intelligently about it, then I typically choose not to. Hold on 1 second. I'm not sure exactly what happened here. I got a lot of feedback. One second, y'all. Okay. All right. So, in any event, yeah, I don't speak on it a lot, just because I don't study it enough to speak on it intelligently. As far as the event on yesterday, it's weird, man. It's weird. I'm not a conspiracy theory type guy, but at the same point, nothing would surprise me, right? If it came out 10 days from now or 10 weeks from now or 10 years from now, and they said it was staged or it was coerced or it was implemented for this to happen, it wouldn't surprise me. If it was organic and someone legitimately took a shot at Trump, that wouldn't surprise me either. The only thing that surprised me is that the shot nicked his ear. That's the only thing that just stunned me, because, I mean, that's like a 1 in a quadruple trillion of it hitting your body but it only grazing your earlobe. I mean, that part is just, it's wild. It defies our odds. It's only thing that surprises me.
It don't really defy our odds if you're dealing with a marksman. You're dealing with a marksman. He knows his target. He knows what he want to hit. He knows what he can hit. And I'm gonna just say this right here because I need to go get my son right quick.
Yep.
It looked too staged. And again, we don't want anybody to lose their life. Not enough victims.
No.
Not enough victims.
No.
So I gotta pick my son, go get my son right quick.
Sir. You'll take care of your business. I'm gonna get out of here myself.
I love you, bro. Man, y'all tune in, man. Sorry, God, this is untimely thing because my wife don't want to get up, so I gotta go get it.
Yeah. No, go take care of your business, bro.
Okay, bro.
All right, we'll holla. All right, guys. So that's gonna wrap it up for the show tonight. Definitely enjoy Floyd B being on with his thoughts. Again, I don't really have a lot of political takes, a lot of political thoughts. I do my research, I cast my votes, and that's about it. You know, very unfortunate situation yesterday all around, and the fact that someone lost their life, another person or two. I haven't seen the news today, but I know as of yesterday, I believe one or two individuals were in critical condition. So definitely hope thoughts and prayers that they survive, and thoughts and prayers the family of the man or woman who lost their life on yesterday. But that's going to do it for our show tonight. We definitely appreciate everyone joining in. We definitely appreciate your comments, and we definitely want to invite you guys to continue to share the show out, become a subscriber, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. And as breaking news comes throughout the upcoming football season, training camp, the remainder of baseball season, and the rest of summer camp and the U.S. Olympics, we're going to have a lot to discuss over the next couple of weeks. Thank you for Overchicken, for tuning in, my guy. We will definitely chat next week about the Mariners and the Astros. Until then, you guys have a great night.